Morning, ladies and gentlemen. We will start our next session. I will invite all of our speakers to come up on stage and have a seat. And the session that we're doing right now is Understanding the Century of Social Media, Personal Branding, and Privacy. So the first speaker I have is Luiza Cristina Fernandes Palma. She can just make her way up on the stage. Next, I have Britney Grass, Darika Aldasheva, Dorothy Githae, Fahad Khan, Fatima Babakura, Fungai, Mtisi. Have a seat. Kamlesh Panchal, Priscilla Chinhengo, Ritusmita Biswas, Senela Jayasuriya, Vaneese Johnson, and V. Roberts. Hello, hello, hi. All right, ladies, we have all of the beautiful social media, what do I call it? The generation of social media experts on our panelists. And I have to tell you, this is probably one of the most well-dressed, beautiful-looking panel we've had. Don't you agree? Can you guys just get up for 1 second? Just 1 minute, you guys can just get up. They're all wearing heels, looking sharp. This is what WEF looks like. This is amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. Do you guys agree? I absolutely love it. This is what a businesswoman is called. Thank you, ladies. Have a seat. So I will call up our first speaker. She is a chairperson from the Portuguese, CEO of WOC Energy, Cristina Fernandes, Palma. Welcome on stage. A big round of applause. Oh yes, of course.
Should I go there or should I stay here?
Wherever you would like.
I go there.
Wonderful.
Good morning to all of you. Thank you very much for listening to me. And I want to thank you to Aurora, my dearest friend, for inviting me to be the chairperson for Portugal. And I know that I only have a few moments in a few minutes, but nevertheless, I just want to say one thing. We are here all together because we want to make history. We want to change. And because we have so many numbers and so many different faces and so many different cultures that we can do it. We challenge. I challenge, you challenge. A few days back, I challenged to the World Bank and said, well, we have a new model, and this new economic model should be engaged right now. I have 6 daughters. I will not have time enough to wait again 100 years like the suffragettes in the beginning of the 20th century to have the right to vote. We earn that right as a civilian to have equality gender. That's why we are here, and that's why we should move forward. Today, with this panel, I just want to announce that I will be relieving shortly to the World Bank a new economic model to all the banks to be used worldwide to make sure that gender parity will drop. We are talking about more than $13 million. We cannot wait anymore. It's time to move forward. We are all, and I'm proud to be an old member and a chairperson for Portugal. My chapter will be in October 15, 16, and 17 of October. And I wish all of you, and I welcome all of you to be there. Please do so. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Cristina, for those lovely words, encouraging words, and I absolutely love your outfit. It is fantastic. And you said you have 5 girls? 6 girls. Amazing. That is amazing. And you still have time for all this. You know, it's very encouraging to see that moms are leaders in the house as well. You're leading by example at home, you know, so thank you. Our next speaker, I'll invite Dorothy Githae to come up on stage. She's the CEO founder of 360 Degree International from Kenya. And now she's sharing some absolutely fantastic numbers with us, okay? So we're gonna give her a little bit extra time, but you will be amazed on what she's gonna share with us on the social media platform for WEF today. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's only day 3. I have been inspired. I have been transformed. I have been impacted by my soul sisters. I have had the greatest laugh. I remember yesterday sitting with great authors and speakers that I look up to and laughing so hard when I said to Dominic Salowski's sister, they're from Bristol, a daughter, I said to her, please fix your mom's hair. And the mom blurted out that her hair has always been a mess and that she's had struggles, it frizzles out. And the daughter has beautiful hair. And the mom said that the daughter says to her, Mom, all you have to do is start with a hairbrush. Basically just a simple step. Inspired by Linda Dyer, Alex Okoroji, what a group of soul sisters who have been so inspiring. Most importantly, the super soul sister, Habeen Aurora, so inspiring. In Kenya, and Jennifer will attest with me, when someone does something special, we do a special clap. So I'm gonna ask you to join me. So at the count of 3, we call the lightning clap. You just do, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, Habeen has done a lot more than that, and we have all done a lot more than that. So let's do it a little bit louder, like soul sisters. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so well done to the team that's organizing this. I'm here to talk about social media, and I come from a country called Kenya. My name is Dorothy Githae. I work with women and youth entrepreneurs to inspire them, to encourage them, especially using social media, digital marketing skills, capacity build them on digital marketing skills to get their businesses onto international trade. Because with social media, there is so much that can be achieved. I'm proud African, a continent that is rising, so colorful. We no longer, we now celebrate our diversity, the colors. It's now become the in thing. And I also come from a country that the capital city was nominated #1 in the world in terms of innovation. So I'm really proud to be Kenyan standing before you at a global forum. So I'll start by just sharing with you some of the statistics that came out of what we did. So basically, you cannot have, in today's world, you cannot live without seeing those symbols, okay? There's a lot that has been talked about social media, especially when it comes to politics and politicians, and people look at social media as a negative aspect of life. But I'm here to tell you today that you can balance between your life and your business life by impacting others. And the biggest reason for this is not every single person can afford a flight to come to New Delhi to witness some of the beautiful things we're learning here. However, with the use of social media, we're able to impact a lot of people. So this week, with the help of a team of young Kenyans, we were actually tweeting hashtag WEF-2017, and I know a lot of you are doing that as well. And so the result of it is, so these are some of the tweets that were done during the week, okay? So day 1, I want you guys to get the statistics. Day 1, 4 million mentions online of Women Economic Forum 2017, okay? You can see, and that's the other thing. We're able to share the messages to people that cannot be in this room, but in real time, they're able to see what is happening. They're able to see the special messages. We've had a beautiful speaker, some celebrities from India that I don't even know, but some of the messages that they spoke, because I was somewhere else in another room, I saw them online because I went out and was retweeting. And so the other thing is that the power of social media is that whatever you post is for life. So if you post a message and you're trying to empower, or even sharing your story, a young person in another country will see it 2 years from now, 10 years from now, and that will impact them really, really massively. So the organic growth, and these are figures from, these are statistics from basically hashtag WEF-2017. The organic growth, so the potential impact is 30 million, so 30 million. And then in addition, next page, please. So you can see it gives you real-time statistics. Hashtag WEF-2017, despite the fact that in Kenya right now we're having political campaign, it was trending at #1. So the conversation about what you're doing, what you're talking about, was trending at #1 in Kenya. All right? So this is really, really key. So my encouragement is to Jennifer Riria please, we had a conversation, start tweeting. You know, Jennifer is from Kenya, and she's got a lot of knowledge. She's the first woman, opened the first woman bank in sub-Saharan Africa, and she has a lot to share. If she can tweet and blog her information, people will do it. And it's very easy to separate the business side and the personal. Habeen, I'm waiting. I'm pending to be approved on your account. Please open it up. Open it up. The only way to impact people from other continents with all the good things that you're doing is let it open. You can define what is personal and what is business. And you can protect your privacy for things that you don't want to have up there. Please open it up. Okay? So I want to also share something about innovation. Today we are all sitting, and I know that there's a lot of us that say, oh my God, social media, what am I going to do social media? How do I control it? A few years ago, when the mobile phone was introduced, for us in Africa, we had a huge leap because for the longest time, we didn't have infrastructure development, so we didn't have landlines, like, you know, the house phone. So we leaped from whatever it was to mobile phones. And those days, everybody was saying, how is life going to be? This gadget that you have to carry with yourself every day. Can you live without a mobile phone in today's world? Thank you very much. I want to tell you today, you cannot live without social media. You cannot. The difference is that you define what content you read, what content your children read, okay, because you can control that. It's all in your control. So it's really important that we start to share. And today we are hoping to trend again in India, in Kenya, in all of your countries. So if we join hands and tweet or Facebook, all of the things that we can do, hashtag WEF-2017, we'll be able to impact a lot more people. Asante sana.
Thank you, that was fabulous. You just gave us so much amazing energy. Now we should be trending in India soon. I actually just posted a video of all you fabulous ladies on my Instagram, WEF-2017. So we can really pack up the house with social media. Let's continue to do it. We have 3 more days. Do you guys agree? Anybody doing social media here? Everybody, super, super. Next I have Fatima Babakura. She's founder of Timabi, all the way from Israel. Welcome. No problem.
Hi everyone, my name is Fatima Babakura. I feel very honored to be here, first of all. I feel like a baby here. I'm only 21, and I got here yesterday, and just being here, being inspired by a lot of people, I know that I have to work. I know that I actually have to do more than I'm doing right now. I'm the founder of Timabi, which is a luxury leather accessories brand that actually started out as a hobby and now became a business 4 years. It's been a successful journey so far, and I just hope to continue working. It does not get better than this. Being in a room with amazing women, doing great things, it really does not get better than this. What social media has done for me and my business is amazing. I started out with no money. I was in grade 10. I had $150 that I had saved from my pocket money, which I ended up losing, by the way. So I knew that I actually had to make money to make my business grow. What I did was Instagram. I took a picture of the handbag that I had made. I put it out there, and people loved it. What did I do? I asked them to pre-order. And that's how I made the first money to actually make the collection. And now, 4 years down the road, we're looking at every year I put out at least 2 collections. We make over, I won't give exact numbers just because, you don't do that. But we know, on average, we're looking at making up to $10,000 on a collection if it goes well. So that's been great for me. And I know that my mom would really wish that she was here today, but she had to work. My mom is someone who has always, pushed me to excel, to pursue excellence. It doesn't matter what you do. Whatever it is that you do, just make sure that you're number 1. Number 2 is not for you. And my mom is not that person. You know, I know a lot of parents are like that and they tell you to be number one, but what makes my mom unique is she does it with you. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't want you to come and say that, you know, I didn't have this, so I couldn't do it. She gives you everything. She gives you her time. If you want a gift because she wanted you to become first, then she would give you gifts. Because at the end of the day, that's what she really wanted you to do. Now, I was actually supposed to bring my phone here, but I forgot somehow. And I was supposed to take a selfie because I wanted to explain what the power of a selfie is. In this generation, my generation, a selfie really is a veni vidi vici. You came, you saw, and you conquered. I am here. If I had a selfie, which I will be taking when I go back, it's basically telling that I came to India, my very first time here, by the way. I've seen amazing women, the ones that have inspired me and will continue to inspire me, and I have conquered because here I am standing, speaking to people who are listening to me, and it means everything to me. When I got Dr. Harbin's email, when I got an email from Dr. Harbin asking me to come here, it almost felt like, are you sure? Because, you know, like I went on Google and it's like amazing women who have done amazing things. And here I am. I'm still in school, by the way. I finished in December. You know, it's like, and when I told my mom about this, she said, wow, that's amazing, you know. Don't think that you're not anything simply because of your age. You're actually doing something. You're creating an impact. And that is what really matters. And the foundation for my business has always been create more jobs. I have a studio in Nigeria, and with it, I have been able to employ people. You know, with that, they've been able to feed their families and also like help with education for their kids. I'm gonna have to leave now because I just heard the bell, but you know, whatever it is that you do, put your passion in there. People are watching. And it's social media, so whatever goes out there, make sure that it's something that you want to represent your brand. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. I love listening to your story, especially how you started, you know. The whole pre-order thing is superb. I think I just got an idea as well. So thank you for sharing that. Our next speaker is Fungai Mtisi. She is the founder, MD of Image Exchange. And I will tell you where she's from when she comes up on stage because it says India on my schedule right now. Where are you from, ma'am?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, okay. We have Zimbabwe in the house. Big round of applause. There we go.
Thank you. Before I say anything, I would like to invite you to Ululet, the way we do it in Zimbabwe, when someone does something so well. And the person is Dr. Harbin, because she has done something very well. So in Zimbabwe, we say, Mwana wangu iyeye, which means that's my child. So in the count of 3, I want you to say, Mwana wangu iyeye, pointing to her. So let's do that now. 1, 2, 3. Mwana wangu iyeye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to use her as an example because we can relate to her, all of us. Thank you very much. So when you look at a flower, a fresh flower, it can only live when you water it, when you feed it, when you spray it, and you make sure that you nurture it and it doesn't die. So every person is like that. You have got unique special qualities which you have, which you need to nurture physically. Now, she is like a flower. She has got unique special qualities that she has, same as you and me included. And now, in the click of a button, swipe of a screen, someone beyond the borders can reach you through social media. The question is, can a person who is across the borders feel the special and unique qualities that you have as a human being. So you need to nurture, fertilize, spray the unique special qualities that you have as a human being, as a man, as a woman, so that you become visible, alive, and you can communicate to anyone around the globe. That's where social media comes in. As an image consultant, I recommend people that it's good to network, to have a personal experience with you. But that presence shouldn't be different when we go on media. When I was invited by Melanie, my soul sister in Zimbabwe, to come for the first time here, all I did simply was to Google WEF, Women Economic Forum 2017. All I could see were pictures, including her. Now, when I came here, just talking to her, within 5-8 minutes, the warmth, the love, the pure, the genuine heart, you can feel it. This is the experience I felt when I Googled about Women Economic Forum online, social media, Facebook, Twitter, everything. So I have got a question for every woman here present, including our counterparts, men. The unique and special features that represent you as a person, can we see and feel that on social media? So it means that we have a lot of work to do. Whatever you feed on your Facebook account, whatever you feed on your Twitter account should reflect the best qualities that you have, so that you can sell, so that you can shine, so that the other person can have that same experience when they see you physically. I believe your Facebook, your Twitter, your social media platforms should be a true representation of your character, the inside qualities that you have. So let's be watchful of what we post on our Facebook accounts. Let's be watchful of the brand that we are trying to create. In conclusion, social media has gave me a second confirmation that I should be here. I saw it on social media through Melanie. So build your brand according to that. Thank you. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for sharing your personal story with us, and very well put together. So do watch what you put on social media. I think it's important. And like Fatima said, I came, I watched, and I conquered. So that is the whole idea of social media, because they can see all of us hanging out here and talking about leadership. So thank you. A big round of applause. Our next speaker is Priscilla Chinhengo. She's the founder of Uniquely Unstoppable from the US, from DC. Welcome, ma'am.
Just a disclaimer there, I'm actually from Zimbabwe, so I'm proudly Zimbabwean. Let me just quickly ask you to stand up, very, very quickly. Please stand up. Please just give your neighbor, either on your left or your right, it would have to be strategic, just give them a high five and say, congratulations for being here. And you may be seated as soon as you've done that. Now here's my man. Soul sisters, soul brothers, it's a great privilege to be standing before you and to be sharing some insights. The most amazing thing about this platform is that you get to meet so many different women, so many special men, and we are able to share ideas and take something away with us, something that is going to take us to the next level. I'm just going to look at a slight perspective to social media, and my focus will be on your personal brand and your privacy. There's a statement that says, in the journey of life, if you want to travel, you need to travel. If you want to travel light, you can travel light if you want to go far. So in other words, for you to go very, very far, you have to make sure that you don't have too much baggage. Now you may be wondering, what is she talking about? I'm going to share some insights based on one of the social media that we use that is common to most of us, and that is Facebook. And I'm going to look at the friendship system of Facebook. Now, no doubt most of us have accounts. Is there anyone who doesn't have a Facebook account of some sort? Whether you're very active or not active. I'm sure most of us have something. I'm going to share some nuggets, some food for thought that we must always be conscious of when we use our Facebook accounts. When somebody sends you a friend request, do we ever take time to think about what that friendship request really means to us? I'm a person who really believes that I am here for a purpose. I'm going somewhere, and for me to be able to go somewhere, I need to make sure that I carry the right people with me. But when you're sending a friend request, when you send a friend request to somebody, do you take the time to analyze whether the people that you are wanting to befriend are going to add value or not to your life? Are we cognizant of the fact that Facebook actually has certain attributes to it, where you can decide whether you are going to befriend that person, whether you are going to delete them, or whether you're going to block them? Now, what I want you to do is just to think about it. Take time to reflect. Maybe after the forum, I want you to go back and analyze your friendships. There are times where we need to make sure that people who are not adding value to us must be either blocked, unfriended, or deleted. Remember what I said. If you want to go far and you want to achieve your God-given destiny, you have to make sure that you have the right people and you're moving in the right direction. People who resonate with your spirit. We are here because we are sharing the same vision, the same sister with the same ideology, that we want to uplift each other's spirits. But sometimes we use social media in a manner that does not propel us, that does not align with where we want to be. So I just want you to think about that when you go back to your Facebook accounts. Who deserves to be there? Who is adding value to you? If they're not adding value to you, if they are not supporting your vision, then you need to make sure that you unfriend them. It's never too late. Unfriend them, delete them, or block them. So social media must be used appropriately, and make sure that it does not destroy your brand or your image, but it actually enhances what you're trying to achieve so that you can get to your destiny. So with those few words, I'll leave you to think about it and to go back and audit your Facebook accounts. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Priscilla. So we should never be meeting people and going, "You're my Facebook friend." Is that correct? Because you have to make sure that they're personally connected with you at some point. At some point, you know? So wonderful. Thank you for that insider. Next I have Britney Grass. She's a life coach, from Dimensioned Wellness. And I would like to ask you where you're from, Brittany.
I'm from Washington, D.C.
There you go. I knew somebody was here from U.S., yes. So she is from Washington, D.C. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. So as she mentioned earlier, my name is Brittany Garth, also known as Life Coach Brittany on social media. So before I get into the whole purpose and the power that's in social media, I have a question for you all. How many of you all have a cell phone? Make some noise if you have a cell phone. Okay. I pretty much assumed everyone. How many of you are actually holding your cell phones right now? Probably everyone, right? A little bit more noise, because there's a lot of power in social media. Let's see. Who has their cell phone in their hands right now? Okay, all right. That's what I thought. So with social media, especially for those of us who own businesses and those who may not own businesses and are looking to get into entrepreneurship, there is a lot of power in social media. For me, I went to school, undergrad, got my master's, and I had absolutely no idea that I would become a business owner. In my late 20s, I uncovered the idea that I wanted to be a life coach. That was going to be my life passion, and 4 years later, here I am. But it started with social media as far as getting my business out there in multiple different countries. So I want to teach you something that I commonly use with some of my clients and commonly use just with some of the individuals that I interact with, which is CGL. And C is connect, G is to grow, and L is to learn. So for those of you who may have a social media platform or some type of social media account, how many of you are actually using that account to connect? And I don't just mean liking someone's picture or following someone back or maybe just blocking someone, but actually taking the time to connect with individuals who may live where you live, people who may not live where you live at all, or may live internationally in India, because I'm coming all the way from Washington, D.C. in the U.S. That's the connect part. And let me tell you why there's so much power and so much value in actually connecting with individuals that you may not know. I started my business on a shoestring budget. I had absolutely no money to my name and definitely no money to invest into a business years ago. And I knew nothing about business and marketing and things of that nature. So when I went onto the small social media account that I had, I realized that there were other people who were doing what it is that I wanted to do, what I was aspiring to do, and I started following those people. So there's power in making sure that you're not just following any old body, but you're following people that can somewhat teach you something, that you're making sure that you're also empowering people that are trying to connect with you as well. From those small follows and connecting with individuals that I did not know, it then turned into my page becoming a page that a lot of people now follow and get information from, and people want to connect with me based upon me following other inspirational individuals. I'm super proud to say that earlier this year, I don't know if you guys have heard of Cosmopolitan magazine, I was named one of the top 50 social influencers, but that came from social media. That came from the power of making sure that my digital footprint, which is really, again, social media, was up to par and that it actually stood for something. And let me get into the G, the grow. Again, as I mentioned, I knew absolutely nothing about business when I first got started. And from, again, the people that I started following, I learned that they were doing certain things. And it made me realize that I needed to make sure that I additionally knew how to grow into the person that I was aspiring to be. So within my first year of business, it first started out with just wanting to be a life coach for individuals locally. And then from there it grew. And I said, well, I want to work with individuals that may be in different cities and states. And now 4 years later, we've been able to open up 3 different locations and work with women from all over the world in at least 7 different countries so far. That's the growth part. But again, it started with making sure that I'm looking at different hashtags and I'm looking at other people that are out there elevating and moving to new heights in order to make sure that I too am moving to higher heights as well. And then the last one is learn. Learning is something that is really essential and not necessarily about learning from others, but what are you actually teaching the people that are following you? There are so many people that are on social media and you have no clue the type of life that they have going on behind the phones. And sometimes just taking those selfies that may mean absolutely nothing to you can mean the absolute world to someone else. Making sure that you're documenting that you're at places like this today, because again, there is someone, somewhere, in some city, some country, some state, that can't afford to be here today, and they would love to be able to learn from you and learn from the people that you are learning from today as well. So I hear the bell, I'm gonna wrap up, but I have one challenge for you all. You guys have been able to be in a room today with so many powerful people. I say powerful with an emphasis. So make sure that you connect with someone online on some social media platform and actually follow them and make sure that you, again, are sticking to your CGLs, which is connecting, learning, and growing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brittany. I really like the CGL concept, and I really like the fact that you said follow the person that you're inspiring to be and see what they're doing to take that next step, which is very important, you know. Sometimes you don't take that into perspective. You just see so many social medias and then you get lost. So even within social media, have a focus what you're driving to do. Thank you very much. Our next speaker I have Ritusmita Biswas. She's the director at SDB Digital Brands Private Limited from India. Welcome, Ritu.
Hello everyone. It's a privilege to speak here, and while everyone has talked about the social media bit, and though I had a social media agency, I would like to talk more about personal branding and how gender stereotypes affect personal branding. So is personal branding something new? It seems like to be something which is just come up, but no, personal branding is there and it was always there. So we have created our own branding image, because what is brand but a story which we weave around us, around our organization. So in our lifetime, we create our own stories, the intellectual image, the bohemian image, and so that is what personal branding is all about. Now, how does it affect? How does it affect? What I feel the personal branding is something, it should be a story, which is what I want to write about myself, not dictated by any terms. I'll just go back to a story, the story of my own maternal aunt. So she wanted to be the best bahu of the house, because in Indian societies, you really have to be the best to get that attention. So she did all the best things she could do to please her in-laws and everything. But building a brand involves sacrifice. And in her case also, building her personal brand involves sacrifice, as she didn't manage to take that much care of her children, basically. So I do remember my young mom feeling very enraged, because her sister's children, she was neglecting them and she was not liking. So basically my mom's life agenda was to become the best mother, and she is the best mother, I guarantee that. So what I basically mean to see here, that you are free to create your own personal brand, but make sure it is something you're really wanting to do. Make sure your brand story is something which you're proud to own, which is yours. Now, where does the concept of social media come into it? See, social media is a great tool. It's a tool which helps you to amplify your brand, to bring out your brand message to the world. So if you use social media and you're crafting a real brand story, you're really helping yourself, you're really helping your brand. But what the danger of social media is a lot virtual. So there are tools. I could not be at WEF, but I could still make sure that I am at WEF and I post it in social media. And trust me, there are a lot of people who do that, which makes them very happy. We have all seen. But I think one of the major reasons why people do that, because with social media, there is this great pressure that we have always to be the best. We have to have the best dresses. We have to look the best. Our photos need to be Instagram worthy. We have to be glamorous, and we always have to be on news, which is not always the right thing, because at some level, I feel it does compromise a great deal on your personal happiness. So I do know of people who didn't have a single wedding invitation last season, but they simply decked up, wore a nice dress, took a photo, and posted it on Facebook saying, yeah, good, I have a wedding invitation. So it happens all the time. Yes, if something which is if that's making you happy, great, please go ahead. But at the end, a brand, as Baba Ramdev just told last day, so you have to build a brand which is on honesty. So you can use social media, even on a brand organization point of view. For example, I am going on a vacation tomorrow. If I check into the hotel based on fake TripAdvisor's reviews, so someday that brand identity is definitely going to come out. So somewhere I'm going to find out the brand is fake. So the moot point of my conversation is, whenever you are handling social media, do it the best possible way and do it the honest way. And as far as personal branding is concerned, please be careful on what you are putting up on the social media, because in today's digital world, privacy is a great, great issue. Now, to sum up the discussion, I would like to end with this quote. Basically, your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So build a brand which is genuine, which is credit-worthy, and which you're happy building. Be it social media or otherwise, create a brand story which is truthful, which is close to yourself, and which is a brand you would want to build. Thank you. I think I finished before time. I didn't hear the bell. Thank you.
We didn't need the bell for you. You were on time. Thank you. Thank you, Ritu, for sharing your story. I think you're our first speaker from India itself on the panel. Very nice. Very, very cool. Congratulations. Next, I will bring Vaneese Johnson. She's brand strategist, boldness coach. She's from Czech Republic. Welcome. Welcome, Ms. Johnson. I love the name. Yes, of course. Here we go.
So good morning, everyone. Okay, a couple people over here are having a good morning. What about the folks over here? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Absolutely. So I have 3 questions for you. First question is, how would you like to wake up today and every day and live in who you are without compromise? Would that work? I see a hand up over there. Second question, how would you like to create income exponentially for you, your family, and your community? Anyone want to do that? The third, 2 hands. The third question is, how many of you would like to attract opportunities to you so that you're no longer out there selling and hustling for customers and work? Anybody want that? Wonderful. As you heard before, my name is Vaneese Johnson. I am the boldness coach. And I help high-performing professionals like you to be bold, big, and bad. So I'm going to give you 3 strategies with those questions that I ask you to help you to leverage your personal brand to the next level so that you can start today having the life that you want and sharing that story around the world to be able to be that vision for other women that are ready to soar. BOLD stands for Branding Out Loud Daily. That has to do with you living, breathing, and being in your authenticity. No longer from this point on should you compromise who you are to satisfy other people. Bring you and all of you to the conversation on social media. So that means when you're dressing nice and pretty, as mentioned before, but also sometimes when you're a little frustrated. You gotta keep it real. So be in your authentic self every day. People need to see the real you. That is how people will connect and support you, and that is how you will grow your business. In terms of being big, that is building in your gifts. Every one of you in this room were born with at least one gift. Your gift is really prime for the world stage. Take your gift and live in your bigness and share it with the world. Take your gift and let your gifts multiply exponentially to create revenue opportunities for you, and you can do that via social media. If you are a person who is a talker, that would be me, and in the formal world, I call that a communicator. So if you are a communicator, take that gift. Create products and services from that gift. You can become a speaker. You can become a writer. You can become a teacher. You can become a trainer. You can become a panelist. You can become a coach. You can become a consultant. So I just gave you at least, what about 7 different ways to create income from one gift. So use your gift and live big with your gift. And last and certainly not least is everybody needs to be bad. Anybody in the room want to be bad? Absolutely. Bad means branded and distinctive. Your reputation, because you are living bold and big every day, your reputation should precede you, and it should open up doors of opportunities where people seek you out. Here's the deal about personal branding. It has to do with the value of the experience that people get from being with you, around you, and seeing you and engaging with you. So allow your bad to shine and to attract opportunities to come to you. So I've just given you the formula on how to be bold, big, and bad. Now take that formula and use it on social media to amplify your brand, grow your career, and impact the world. Are y'all ready? Okay, 2 people over here. This is the A team over here. What are y'all doing over here? Are you ready to grow your brand? Everybody stand to your feet, please. I want you to take a stance like you are Superwoman and repeat after me. Today, I thrive
I thrive
in my bold,
in my bold,
my big,
my big,
and my bad.
and my bad.
Thank you.
What awesome energy. Thank you for bringing that for us. You know, if we want your attention on social media, what do we have to do? Huh? And you will like our pictures and comment. Perfect. So it's easy. Let's start with that, with our WEF 2017. Thank you so much. I have my last speaker for this morning, Senela, Jayasuriya, helping businesses. We will find out how, all the way from Sri Lanka. Welcome.
Success is something you attract by the person you become. If you want more, we need to become more. Agree? So, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my soul sisters, my supportive brothers, and now my new expanded family. So, love you, so thrilled to be here, and special warm, soulful thanks to our beautiful Dr. Harbin Arora. Thank you so much for your personal invite. I love you, thank you. So, my name is Senela, and I'm from Sri Lanka. I'm a leadership trainer, executive coach, and I come from the corporate sector where I was former country head for a British firm. I was also functional lead for a very large multinational headquartered in US. I'm also a mother of a beautiful 6-year-old daughter. I'm a singer, did you know that? Songwriter, I write music. I play the guitar and the piano. Yes, very versatile. From teeny tot days in pig ponytails, that's me. And also I'm a poet, and I hope to write a memoir at some time during my life journey, and I also write. So, simply put, expression is at my core, very deep. Service and advocacy is also at my core. I'm involved in, at an international capacity in a lot of numerous service and advocacy initiatives because I can't sleep at night unless I'm involved in service and advocacy. Helping victimized and vulnerable children and women is at my core. I'm involved, as I said, in grassroots and planning initiatives to support these two vulnerable social groups. I have a relentless drive to grow, to expand, and help others to grow and expand and to find their true meaning in life. But I believe to do this, one needs to first find their passion. Because when you find your passion, there you find your purpose also. Would you agree? Okay. So, what I did was I recently embarked on a very profound mission. This is very close to my heart, called Women Empowered. That is to empower 1 million women for economic development. And because I believe that once you facilitate economic empowerment for a woman, you give her independence, you give her confidence, and you activate her ambition, and you give her hope. So you give a woman, this is what I think you give a woman a book to read and she'll build a school. So that's a very special, unique skill set that women contribute and we're born with. So for transformation to happen though, it requires two things in my understanding. The right mindset, that's where it happens, that's the machine, the engine, and the right skill set. So I launched Women Empowered, dedicated to bring economic empowerment to inspire, ignite, and transform youth leaders and aspiring female entrepreneurs and executives, corporate executives, to be impactful, influential, and lead in business and to win in life. But, this is the tricky part. To be influential, you need to be somebody credible. When they see you, if you want to influence and make an impact, hey, they need to trust you. There needs to be buy-in. So credibility. And real transformation happens with real conviction. So this is what I have identified: credibility, conviction. So under Women Empowered, we focus on bringing these two aspects together. The Women Economic Empowerment Program I have designed follows the following approach. Firstly, starts with self-reflection, self-review of who I am today. Where do I want to be? How far have I come? And how far do I want to go? Does that ring a bell inside? Does that resonate with you? You know, we rely so heavily on how much we've accomplished in our lives and how far we've come. And you know what happens next? We get stagnant because we fail to reinvent ourselves and stay relevant and decide how far we want to go. And I promise you, like an elastic band, once you stretch us, we never go back. We keep stretching, yes? So firstly, we start with self-reflection, and secondly, it's about mapping your passions, your dreams, and interests into very specific, measurable goals and timeframes. Because research tells me that individuals, by default, find more motivation when there is specific deadlines and specific measurable outcomes attached to those goals. That is the fundamental principle when it comes to strategic and personal goal setting. And research also tells me 97% of New Year goals go unfulfilled. Did you know that? And 30% of these goals are broken in the first week. So what this tells me is that people, society, and humanity by default perhaps tend to give up. Very controversial in this forum, but these are the statistics. But I'm convinced, and I know for the bottom of my heart, that with the right mindset and skill set, the right coaching, mentoring, compassion, and giving, impossible is nothing, and nothing is impossible, right? So please join me tomorrow for my session. It's at 4:45. It's on personal branding, shatter your limits, and I'm going to be looking at developing an action plan to maximize your personal brand. That's very important. We're going to set specific time frames, and we're going to map them out during this session, so please join me. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're very excited about your session tomorrow because you know that guidance that you can give some of us would be fantastic. So big round of applause for you. Now, I have a special guest in our audience. We have Honorable Miss Kamlesh Panchal. She's a Chairperson Women Commissioner from Haryana. She will be joining us. She will be speaking in Hindi, and afterwards, Dr. Harbeen Arora will translate for some of us. So give her a big round of applause. She's going to come up on stage. She is the Chairperson Women Commission from Haryana.
थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू. आप लोग यहाँ पर आने के लिए मैं सभी का धन्यवाद करती हूँ. और अरविंद अरोड़ा जी जो कि विमेन इकोनॉमिक सेल के इंचार्ज हैं, उनका भी मैं इस प्रोग्राम के ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए धन्यवाद करती हूँ. और आप लोग सभी आए यहाँ पर और सभी ने टाइम दिया और सभी मैटर पर, विमेन से संबंधित सभी मैटर यहाँ पर डिस्कस हुए और सभी ने एक दूसरे के विचार जाने. उसके लिए जो यहाँ पर वक्ता बोले उन सब का भी मैं दोबारा से धन्यवाद करती हूँ. मैं पहले तो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन देना चाहती हूँ। मैं हरियाणा कमीशन की चेयरपर्सन हूँ और महिलाओं के जो भी मैटर होते हैं उनके बारे में देखती हूँ। जो भी इंसिडेंट होती हैं वहाँ मौके पर जाती हूँ और जो गाइडलाइन होती हैं क्योंकि मैं प्रोफेशन से एडवोकेट हूँ। 25 ईयर से एज एन एडवोकेट मैं प्रैक्टिस करती आ रही हूँ और जो इंसिडेंट महिलाओं के साथ होते हैं उनके बारे में जो पुलिस नेग्लिजेंसी बरतती है, नेग्लिजेंस रहती है, उनके मैटर्स के बारे में जो आफ्टर इन्वेस्टिगेशन वो बहुत सारे एक्यूज़ को निकाल देते हैं जिनकी मेन इन्वॉल्वमेंट होती है, उनको मैं प्रेशराइज करती हूँ कि इन आदमियों को आपने किस बेस पर केस से बाहर निकाला। इसी तरीके से बहुत सारे सेमिनार ऑर्गेनाइज होते हैं टाइम टू टाइम, वो महिलाओं के लिए कि किस किस कानून के इम्प्रूवमेंट की ज़रूरत है उनके लिए भी हम डिस्कस करते हैं। जैसे इंडस्ट्रीज में भी मैंने जा कर के चेक किया, इंडस्ट्री में भी काफ़ी दिखते हैं जहाँ पर एक लेडीज़ हैं उनको एक फिक्स पे दी जाती है, न कि उनका जो उनका एक्सपीरियंस है 5 ईयर से एक अच्छे लेबर का उसको अच्छा पे स्केल दिया जाना चाहिए, वो इम्प्रूवमेंट नहीं होता। वहाँ पर इंडस्ट्रीज़ को भी हम लिखते हैं कि इनको एक अच्छे लेबर के रूप में काम करने के लिए जो स्पेशल कोई भी डिप्लोमा होल्डर वर्किंग होते हैं उनको जो पे स्केल दिया जाता है उसके मुताबिक दिया जाना चाहिए। इसी तरीके से हमारा जैसे डीवी एक्ट है, डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट है, इसमें काफ़ी दिखते हैं। डीवी एक्ट बना दिया गया था जो महिलाओं के लिए दिखते थी कि उनको रेजिडेंस फैसिलिटी नहीं दी जाती थी और मैरिज के कुछ दिन बाद ही उनका अगर डिस्प्यूट हो जाता था तो बाहर निकाल दिया जाता था। लेकिन जब से डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट बना है उसमें ये दिखते आ रही हैं कि जब शादी होती है कोई ये चेक नहीं करता कि मकान या रेजिडेंस किसके नाम है और शादी कर दी जाती हैं और लड़का ये कहता है कि मेरे नाम पर कोई हाउस रेजिडेंस नहीं है और ससुर और सास ससुर के नाम होता है। उसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट की साइटेशन आती रहती हैं और ये कहते हैं कि जब वो खुद मालक होते हैं सास ससुर, वो उनको रेजिडेंस फैसिलिटी दे या ना दे। कई बार कोर्ट अपना ऑर्डर पास कर देता है लेकिन ऑर्डर पास होने के बाद भी उसकी इन्फोर्समेंट नहीं हो पाती। अगर हमारे जजेज भी इसके प्रति पर्टिकुलर हों, हमारी प्रोटेक्शन अधिकारी भी इसके प्रति सजग हों तो उन ऑर्डरों को इजीली इम्प्लीमेंट हो सकते हैं। लेकिन काफ़ी महिलाएं इनसे जूझ रही हैं और कुछ दिन के बाद ही ऐसे घूमती हैं कि उनके लिए इतनी दिक्कत होती हैं, अत्याचार होते हैं, उसमें भी इम्प्रूवमेंट की ज़रूरत है। और उनको ताकि शादी जब हो जाती है जिस घर में वो शेयर्ड हाउस में मैरिज करके आती हैं, शेयर्ड हाउस में उसका हिस्सा होता है और वहाँ रहने का उसका राइट होता है, लेकिन सास ससुर उसको ये कह कर के टाल देते हैं कि इनका नाम मकान हस्बैंड के नाम नहीं है, मकान जो है उसका मालिक उसके सास ससुर हैं, उसको यहाँ पर कोई रेजिडेंस फैसिलिटी नहीं दी जाएगी। तो इसमें भी अगर जज उसको सेक्शन 31 जो है डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट की है उसको भी प्रॉपरली इम्प्लीमेंट करें और उनको पनिशमेंट दें तो इजीली लागू हो सकता है। इसी तरीके से सेक्शन 125 है जो कि एक महिला का मेंटेनेंस का राइट बनता है, उसमें भी काफ़ी दिक्कतें आती हैं महिलाओं को, जबकि सरकार ने टाइम टू टाइम काफ़ी सारे अमेंडमेंट्स की हैं जैसे कि ताकि महिलाओं के नाम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रॉपर्टी हो। उसमें पहले जेंट्स के नाम जो रजिस्ट्री होती है उसमें 6% चार्ज किया जाता है और लेडीज़ के नाम होती है तो उसकी में से 4% चार्ज किया जाता है। जो हरियाणा में अमेंडमेंट आई, एक्ट आया कि महिलाओं के नाम रजिस्ट्री खर्च कम हो ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा महिलाओं के नाम प्रॉपर्टी हो, अपने आप को सिक्योर महसूस कर सकें। तो काफ़ी सारी महिलाओं के नाम प्रॉपर्टी हो जाती है और कुछ दिन के बाद फिर उसको दोबारा ट्रांसफ़र कर लेते हैं। अब हमारी सरकार ने उसमें अमेंडमेंट किया कि अगर कोई ऐसी इंसिडेंट होते हैं, लेडीज़ के नाम कोई भी ज़मीन होती है तो उसका 1 साल के अंदर अगर कोई ट्रांजैक्शन होती है उससे दोबारा से रजिस्ट्री खर्च वसूल किया जाएगा। इसी तरीके से महिलाओं को, जैसे बच्चे हैं, उनको रखने का 6 ईयर तक बच्चों को रखने का एक महिला और माता का अधिकार है और मेंटल है, लेकिन उसका भी मिसयूज़ करके जेंट्स अपने कब्जे में बच्चे ले करके और महिला को दूर भगा देते हैं। महिला उससे सफ़र करती है क्योंकि वो अपने बच्चों को लव एंड अफेक्शन नहीं दे पाती। तो उसमें भी हमारी कोर्ट ये कहते हैं कि बच्चे जो कहेंगे जहाँ पर रहेंगे इनकी इच्छा की बात है, लेकिन ये कोर्ट ने भी सोचना चाहिए कि बच्चे दिमाग डेवलप कंप्लीट नहीं होता और उनकी सोच में दिक्कत होती है, उनको प्रेशराइज कर देते हैं उनके सास ससुर, उनके हस्बैंड, और उनको वहाँ पर अपने पास रखने के लिए उनके दिमाग को प्रिपेयर कर देते हैं। वो इवन ये सबके सामने ये भी नहीं कह पाता, जज के सामने ये भी नहीं कह पाता कि हम अपने मम्मी के पास रहना चाहते हैं। तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जिससे हमारी महिलाओं का हर जगह, जैसे ये काम इंडस्ट्री वर्क में या घर में भी, जहाँ पर एक एक्ट पास किया गया, एक्ट वर्क प्लेस, सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट एक्ट एट वर्क प्लेस। इसी तरीके से जहाँ पर महिलाएं काम करती हैं, जो कामकाजी महिलाएं हैं, वहाँ पर किसी भी महिला के साथ दिक्कत होती है, कोई अपने हाथ से इशारा करके या किसी मैसेज भेज करके उसको हरास करता है, उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में भी दिक्कत है। क्योंकि पहले तो वर्षा गाइडलाइन रूल्स थे, वो रूल्स उसके बाद जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने संज्ञान लिया उसके बाद एक्ट बना। एक्ट बनने के बाद जो हर एक डिपार्टमेंट, चाहे प्राइवेट हो या सरकारी हो, हर जगह पर एक्ट की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होना बहुत ज़रूरी था। इस रिगार्डिंग मैंने 11 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में मीटिंग ली, लेकिन इवन किसी विभाग को ये तक भी पता नहीं था कि किस तरीके से इसको इम्प्लीमेंट किया जा सकता है, किस तरीके से एक कमेटी बनाई जाएगी, उसमें कौन कौन मेंबर होंगे, जिसमें 60% महिलाएं होंगी, 40% जेंट्स होंगे, चेयरपर्सन महिला होगी, और जो महिलाओं की कंप्लेंट आएंगी एक पेटिका लगाई जाएगी, उसमें जो भी कंप्लेंट होंगी वो डाली जाएंगी, और उन पर वो कमेटी दोनों पार्टीज़ को अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ हियरिंग दे करके सुनेगी और उनको जो वाजिब समझती हों उस पर वो फैसले लेगी, ताकि हमारी महिलाएं जहां वर्क करती हैं वो अपने आप को सेफ महसूस कर सकें और ये कोई बोधरेशन या माइंड की डिप्रेशन महसूस ना करें, इजीली अपनी जगह पर अपना वर्क कर सकें। और इसके आज मैं बस इतना ही बोलना चाहूँगी। दोबारा से अपनी स्पीच को विराम देती हूँ और सभी का इस प्रोग्राम में आने के लिए धन्यवाद करती हूँ। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
I'll try and summarize what ma'am, who's the chairperson of the Haryana Commission of Women, she gave us a lot of rich information, she touched on a lot of points, but I think what was the common thread running in all that she was saying was that there are laws, very effective laws, like there is the Domestic Violence Act, which gives women a lot of powers to reclaim her rights after issues of violence. There are a lot of citations, Supreme Court judgments. There are a lot of laws, let's say, related to workplace harassment, sexual harassment. There are laws related to gender pay gaps that exist. However, the common problem running through all these legislations that are there are twofold. One, awareness, that women themselves are not aware of their own rights. They're not aware of the legalities that exist to protect them. And number two, the problem is on the side of sensitization of law enforcers. So for instance, if there's a judgment being given by the Supreme Court, which is in favor, or by any court, in favor of the woman, protecting her rights, just the enforcement of that verdict takes a long time because there is a lack of sensitization on the part of law enforcers as well. So she's pleading for, at her role at the commission is to fill in the gaps on the side of women where a lacuna exists in her awareness, and because they are aware, they know the laws, so they come and plug in that gap. And the other side, wherever the sensitization is less, they create a pressure of advocacy, they create a certain pressure so that whatever sensitization is lacking amongst, let's say, judges or police or other members of society or families of people, they create a pressure group to tell them. She also talks about a certain misuse of the laws that come. So for instance, she pointed to a very good policy to encourage the registration of property in the name of the women, and the registry charges for registering a house or a property in the name of a woman was lower. So it was 4%. So it's like a tax. You pay a lower tax if you are registering a property in the name of a woman, and a little higher tax if it's not a woman, if it's a man. So this is done ostensibly to encourage families to register properties in the name of the woman. However, they would initially do that for the pecuniary reasons because it saved money on the tax. However, after 1 year, they would transfer that. So they would pay a lower tax because they initially registered it in the name of the woman. But after 1 year, they would conveniently transfer it to the name of a man, by which they had double benefit. They got the property in the man's name and they also paid a lower tax. And over a period of time, that was found out. And now a penalty is enforced if something like that is done. So there are a lot of loopholes, like she told about custody of children. In case of marital conflict, there's custody of children. And that's not given to the woman. So there needs to be a sensitization, let's say on the judge's part, for instance, law enforcers, that a child needs the mother for its proper and healthy growth. So some things there are in the law, but you also need to understand in a commonsensical way a little as well, that, we need to be real about these things. So I think I've taken the liberty of summarizing very narrowly. She touched on a range of points, but I hope that brings the focus back to the issue of awareness, increasing our own awareness about our own rights, the laws in place, and also doing a little bit to sensitize other people to the problems that we have. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'll bring you to stage and we want to honor you with a reward. Iconic leaders creating better world for all.
One big thing, she's a practicing advocate for the past 25 years as well. So that's our huge engagement in the law, legal processes comes in effect, and she still fights and goes and fights cases and makes sure that verdicts are translated into reality.
Thank you, Dr. Aurora, for those beautiful words. I just want to say that this is one of our most successful panel we've had. Lots of women traveling from all over the world, so let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you for being here with us. We will start with Luiza Cristina Fernandes Palma for Iconic Women Creating Better World for All. Oh, yes. May I also have Shubha Rajan come up to the front to present the awards with us. She was a nominee, she was an awardee last year with the Iconic Women Creating Better World for All. She'll be joining us to present the awards for these beautiful women.
And Shubha is also a director with the Confederation of Indian Industries, which is one of the leading business chambers in the country for many, many years. It's an absolute honor to have you with us, Shubha.
Thank you, Harbeen. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a lot of gentlemen here. One point I'd like to say, while sitting in the audience, I felt this divine energy among the women there, which was incredible. I've traveled the world, I work for CII, but I've never felt this energy, this divine energy anywhere, divine feminine energy. And this is the only thing that can bring love, peace, and harmony to the entire world. Please join me in giving a big hand to Harbeen for her leadership, for the lovely ladies on the dais, and to each and every one of you present here, including the men. A big hand to ourselves. Thank you, Harbeen, for your absolutely awesome leadership. Ladies, I'd just like to end by saying my autobiography is coming out. It's called, in Malayalam, from Kerala, where I come, Ayyo Penkutti, which means, oh, a girl child. That was the reaction of my family when I was born after 2 girls. Today, I proved them wrong. My dream is that when our daughters write their autobiography, it should read, oh, thank God it's a girl child.
Thank you so much for those empowering words, Ms. Rajan. Let's present our first award to Luiza Cristina Fernandes Palma. She's a chairperson from Portugal, CEO Walk Energy. Next we have Britney Grass. She's a life coach. She's coming here all the way from USA, Washington, D.C. We are trending because of this woman all the way in Kenya. Thank you very much. Let's bring up Dorothy Githae to get her award for Iconic Woman Creating Better World for All, CEO, founder of 360 Degree International. Next we have Fatima Babakura. She's the founder of Timabi. She's coming all the way from Israel. A big round of applause for Fatima. Next we have Fungai Mtisi. She's the founder and MD Image Exchange. She is coming all the way from Zimbabwe. Big round of applause. Next, I would like to invite Priscilla Chinhengo, founder of Uniquely Unstoppable. She is also from Zimbabwe all the way, visiting us. Thank you very much, Priscilla. Next, I have Ritusmita Biswas. She's a director at SDB Digital Brands Private Limited from India. Next, I have Senela Jayasuriya, helping business and entrepreneur, a coach from Sri Lanka all the way. Senela Jayasuriya. Next I have the boldness coach, Vaneese Johnson from Czech Republic. Iconic woman creating better world for all. Thank you, Vaneese. The bold and the bad. Thank you very much. We would also like to be part of this iconic picture. So I'll welcome all the ladies to come up on the stage. We want to make this picture viral, right? Fantastic. Wonderful. What an awesome energy in this room right now. We are going to be breaking for lunch. I know we're a little bit delayed. We will be back in this room at 1 o'clock. Our next session is in conversation with startups and entrepreneurs. And we have some great speakers, so we would like to have this room filled. Have a good lunch. Yeah.
So much.